Unfortunately for the San Francisco 49ers, the 2024 season is being defined by off-field tragedy. Now, we obviously understand what has been going on with the likes of Trent Williams, Charvarius Ward, Ricky Pearsall got shot in the chest before the season even started. And we actually just found out some additional tragic news from Chris Foerster. So let's talk about it. 49ers offensive line coach Chris Foerster revealed today that his wife passed away just a week before the Super Bowl from ovarian cancer. Forrester will be honoring his wife through My Cause, My Cleats to kind of bring an awareness to ovarian cancer. And I mean, I can't even imagine, man. I tweeted this out, but I was like, football guys, like real football guys, are just built different. They can go through unspeakable tragedy and they will show up to work the next day, just to make sure that they don't let the guys around them down, which is what a locker room environment is. I know a lot of people who have never played football or been in a locker room environment really understand what that means. But when guys count on each other and you're playing in the biggest game of your career and you just had probably one of the worst things that could have happened to you happen just a week before the Super Bowl, it's just crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But I just wanted to play a little clip from Chris Foerster so you can hear it from him himself. And we'll continue to. I have some additional thoughts on it on the other side.
I'm wearing shoes for ovarian cancer, the cause of ovarian cancer. I lost my wife on February 4th, 2024, this year, just a week before the Super Bowl. She died from ovarian cancer. The thing I want to say about it is, when you wear these things and they're a nice cause and everything, the one thing she wanted to have said, and it's a good opportunity for me to have an opportunity to say it, is she didn't lose a battle. She was diagnosed and was given 6 months to live in 2018 and ended up living 6 years. And all these people that fight this battle every single day, we stand up for that cause. It's any extra day, week, month that a person can have with their family when they're suffering. Sure, we all hope for a cure one day, but be able to stand up and say that I fought the fight. Don't say I lost the battle. So I'm saying right now, she didn't lose the battle. She fought a good fight, gave us all 6 years, and I proudly wear it for the cause, okay? Thanks for letting me say this.
So again, man, like the fact that Chris Forrester lost his wife to ovarian cancer a week before the Super Bowl and have to go out and coach that game, like unimaginable circumstances. And it's just, I think it continues to shed light and perspective onto this season. This season hasn't gone the way anyone had wanted it to, anyone had hoped for. Injuries have derailed the 49ers, off-field tragedies, unthinkable things like we already talked about. Ricky Pearsall getting shot in the chest. Like, thankfully, through a miracle, it didn't, end worse for him. It's been a year. And I know fans are quick to be upset and, all of these things, which I understand. A lot of people invest emotionally, invest financially into this team. And so they want nothing but the best and they want to see success. And when they don't see that, there's frustration, there's anger, and a lot of different things. But I think, again, one of the biggest lessons to take away from this season is that sometimes there are things that are just bigger than football. And, although, the clock keeps going, these guys can't just, completely step away. Like, they have to be, at the end of the day, they got to do their job. And like we talked about, there's tons of other people relying on them to do their job. So it becomes a challenging place to be, for not only these players, but as you can see, the coaches. And it's just an unfortunate situation, right? Because obviously the year's not going as they wanted and people are piling on. And again, like I said, I can understand it. to an extent of the frustration that fans feel. But to me, it's just a reminder that these guys are humans, man. Like they're no different than you and I. It's one of the biggest takeaways that I've had covering this team for a while now, having the chance to be able to talk to multiple, a lot of these players and get to know them better. And it's just like they're just regular dudes, man. They're just regular guys who happen to be gifted enough to go out and strap it up and play on Sundays. And but other than that, they're people like you and I. They bleed like you and I. They have mental ups and downs like you and I. And these seasons that have been going this way affect them. I would probably say more detrimental than I think some of these fans feel. So again, it just puts into perspective what these guys have to work through. And, I've always taken that into account into how I cover this team. I don't know if it's because I was a player at a certain point. Now I never played in the NFL or professionally or anything like that. But I understand how hard this game is. I understand how difficult and challenging it is and how hard it is to be consistently good. Like we see all these players that are just super super dope and consistently like killing the game and all of that. Like that's hard. That just doesn't just happen. You have to put a ton of preparation to be able to put yourself in that position to be successful. You have to sacrifice. You have long nights, early mornings, just hours and hours of training and preparation just so we get a glimpse of what happens on Sundays. And again, it's like all of these guys put in those same hours and of preparation. Sometimes it doesn't go your way. And sometimes, the ball doesn't bounce your way. And, for example, like a lot of people coming after Kyle Juszczyk for that fumble. And it's just like I've watched that clip and it's just it's just the way the ball bounces sometimes. The guy literally had both arms clutched around it, perfect punch, knocked the ball out, and it is what it is, man. It's like sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way. Sometimes in life things don't go your way, but that's what football is about. It's about overcoming adversity. That's what it is at its core. It's one of the things that I always talk about when I cover this team is that football is sometimes about who can overcome adversity more than being perfect, more than executing at a high level. It's who can bounce back. And I just think right now the 49ers are going through so many different things that it can be challenging to overcome. And I think when you have like you have positive momentum pile up, and we've seen like some of the positive momentum that the 49ers have had in recent years. I think this is just kind of a season that indicates negative momentum. Like we're just seeing things kind of spiral in the opposite direction. So the season isn't over. We'll see what is ultimately going to happen when it's all said and done. But man, just challenging year. Heart goes out to Forster, and who knows what other things have gone on that we don't even know about. So I don't know, man. It's a tough one. But just wanted to speak on it. You guys can drop your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.